What's up, everybody? Soul here with another sort of Convallaria video, and today I'm going to give you a little playthrough of my Tower of Adversity difficulty 7 clear without meta characters. I wanted to show you how some of these characters, especially with the rank 13 skills, Miguel and Guzman in particular, still do a great job, even though they may have quote-unquote lost relevance according to current meta. So with that all said, let's get right into it. I'll give you a slight playthrough, a little bit at a time. As you can see, I'm going to use primarily summon stockades, maybe a few boulders here and there, a few explosive traps. I can't show you with the replay where exactly they're placed, and I'm not going to utilize the teleport. The teleport is absolutely busted. You can teleport to your opponents, do AoE damage, and it really does a great job of clearing your opponents. With that all said, we're going to create a couple choke points, burn our enemies out, and hold them off. And we'll get overwhelmed in numbers. It's a lot of fun. Pamina does a great job here. It was just me stress testing and trying to check out Guzman's rank 13 and having fun checking Pamina. And I wanted to see SP Rawia's AoE capabilities and things like that. Just trying some different things. Her sustain. I had a ton of fun. I ended up clearing the fight. And yeah, fantastic stuff. So I figured I'd show y'all and it'd give you a little bit of more content, maybe something for you to enjoy and watch, and maybe give you some ideas if you're having a hard time beating this stage. If you are struggling with the stage, make sure you drop down in the comments. Let me know if you'd like a more detailed guide or explanation on how to get by it. I'd be more than happy to help you, especially with those non-meta clears. And then of course you have great content creators like Safiyyah who have done an amazing job of doing that as well. Just let me know if you're interested. Pick up the speed. Miguel, absolutely awesome. We didn't use Lovato because we didn't want to use her. I know a lot of people are running her and showing her. She's absolutely great with Miguel. But even when you're taking that burden damage, you still can get by it. That zone and control is what it's all about. Miguel's doing a lot of that. Those barricades are going to do a lot of that for us too. We're going to step out of the way. And we're going to use this boulder. Get rid of some of these enemies. Nice solid damage right there. Rico does a fantastic job too. Can't stress that enough. Rico's a unit. SP Ralia almost bites it there. She's got that resolve, fortunately. And then Pamina just unfettered. Does not bothered at all. Her HP hardly takes any hits despite all those attacks. Let me come over here with SP Ralia and start smacking them up with those AoEs. Now, SP Safiyyah we're just using to get those load bearers back and forth and getting the inventory up, or stock, goods, trades, whatever you want to call them, so that we have a lot more we can cast with our summoner. Or leader, I should say. A little bit of knockback. We're going to move that load bearer, and then we're getting some nice passive heals in the distance from SP Safiyyah. Pamina doing great stuff over there. Here comes Guzman's AoE attack, that rank 13 skill, giving it a taunt and lots of extra damage and lowering that cooldown. It's really, really nice. And because we have him built more defensively, he doesn't do a ton of damage, but as you can see, he's got great sustain off of that. Fantastic stuff. You thought you'd hit him. Miguel said nope. Let's get a little bit of fire in over here. Now they'll melt themselves trying to get at Guzman. Here comes more enemies. More stockades, please. One explosive trap, I believe. Maybe two. Yeah, two. And so they're burning to death just for trying to get over. Absolutely awesome. Tons of barricades to deal with. They're dying just from trying. Love the rhyme. Guzman just lasting, eating it up. He's honestly relevant again, in my opinion. I have had a lot of fun playing him. I'm gonna work with him a little bit more, stress test him, doing more damage, a little more sustain. But so far, so good. I really like Guzman with this rank 13 skill. Great stuff over there, setting off that explosive trap. We're choking them up, we're holding them back. Get that march command going so we can get over and get more fire out with Miguel. And they're just still burning to death over there. We're going to have to address that bottom crowd here soon. Of course, most of our heals are going to be on Safiyyah and then Guzman. Safiyyah is doing pretty good now. They can't get to her actively. She's in a perfect spot with that zone of control. The archer can't really do too much. More taunts from Pamina. We ain't bothered. Here they come up. Guzman, his area's pretty well right now. He's holding it off and doing a good job. Fire doing everything it's supposed to do and then some. Pamina doing everything she's supposed to do and then some. What a beast. That parry is absolutely awesome. Another AoE from Guzman. If he just had a parry and a block on a consistent basis, it'd be fantastic. Little energy there from Miguel. And there's that wonderful Wheel of Fortune AoE. Igniting everything. Safiyyah popping off, getting some good damage out. A little tongue-tied there. Apologize for that. Pamina's got a lot of enemies down there. Those barricades are just holding them off down there at the bottom left. We teleport Safiyyah. As you can see, it does some decent AoE damage. It's fantastic when you teleport those enemies. I will teleport my units a couple times, but I'm not teleporting those enemies. Definitely makes a huge difference in the clears. Very strong mechanic there. Good stuff from Rico as well. Love it. Jump back in there with Pamina. Right back where she was. Nice little taunt. They don't know what to do. We love it. Another AoE. Good stuff. Love the screams. It's just fun. Guzman's fun to play. Great stuff. More zone control with those flames. Miguel just making sure they stay shut down over there. Tons of them. Tons of them down there at the bottom right. Start cleaning them up here soon. Get those stockades out. We're going to go ahead and move Safiyyah. She's going to start getting over and helping out here soon. We got a boulder set up to help clear out the enemies around Guzman as well. All those archers. Nice explosive trap. And stuff there. Getting rid of those enemies. Working our way over with Safiyyah. We go ahead and set the ground ablaze because we know more enemies are about to be spawned in right there. They basically keep coming in consistently. So we can go ahead and prepare for that. We know they're coming. Perfect. Rico holding that spot with no issues whatsoever. They don't know what to do. They more or less just waste turns. Fantastic stuff. Great knockback, good damage. Really good stuff. It gets to be that there's so many enemies, they're now spawning in past the barricades and things like that, which gets to be pretty tough. A simple thing would be to just teleport them away and let them do damage and kill the other enemies, but you know, I wanted to really stress test this and not use that skill and see how we could fare. I would not suggest that in your clears. And get him away from the goods. Obviously that would be something that would end our run if he does that damage to him. Taking out those barricades. They're getting closer and closer, encroaching to our goods, so to speak. Starting to get to the point where we have so many enemies, it's tough. We go ahead and use our ability to move and group all the enemies together. That helps us control and take care of some of them as well. Another explosive trap there. They just don't know what to do up there. They're just wasting time with those barricades. Here comes Rico. Decent damage. Another March command. We're going to move him out of the way. Lots of hits. Good parry there from Pamina. Just a unit. She just doesn't seem bothered at all. So strong. Fantastic stuff. Gonna knock that unit back. Interrupt their AoE. SP Rawiyah doing some great AoE damage. Wolves see an opening, so they're starting to pivot over. They don't know what to do. Guzman takes some fatal damage. Triggers his resurrect. Roaring Flint, nice jumping over those barricades with Miguel. And then the AoE from Mourner. Really good stuff. Now those enemies will just burn. You don't have to fuss them really hardly anymore. We're going to go ahead and back up a little bit with Pamina. Prepare for the next onslaught. Trying to pivot and get in a better position so they can't just keep spawning in behind us. Pamina with that sustain is awesome. AoE counters. Great boulder right there. Tons of damage. Just burning. They're worried about the barricades. Just dying trying to get at them. Fantastic stuff. She got a little too close. We're going to have to jump over there with SP Safiyyah, as you saw. Just protect us a little bit. They got a hit in on the goods. It's unlucky. It happens. There's just so many of them. Like I said, there's more effective ways to clear this. Just want to show it can be done using these specific units and these specific strategies. Really wanted to stress test these units. That's what I was really after. See how effective they are. And I was not unhappy with Guzman. Really good stuff. Tons of wolves down here to take care of. Archers are the ones that you got to be worried about when you're just trying to zone them out, because they just override those barricades and just target right past them. It's a little bit of an issue. Sometimes they'll target your units, and if you move out of the way and the enemy moves into them, they'll damage their allies instead. That's always fun, but it's really not worth trying to pivot and do, because the damage is minuscule, in my opinion. Little joint strike. Pamina. Try to get the kill on that unit. We didn't quite get it, but that's okay. Good damage there. They are getting ever and ever closer, but fortunately we're towards the end of the fight. Guzman would just keep backing up. He's lost all that defense. He is 1 star. Good little stun from SP Rawiyah. Here they come. Breaking through those barricades. Great stuff there from Pamina as well. Just holding that ground. Let's go Rico. Beautiful AoE. Beautiful damage. Gotta love that Mourner. Mourner just cleaning them up. Cleaning them up. Really good stuff. This has got to be the last little bit. They're almost out of HP. Teleport over, get the boulder after we group them, and finish them off. So there you have it. As you can see, I use Guzman. He is rank 13. He is 1 star, level 50 equipment. I focused on double pinnacle on him, prioritizing physical defense and HP. Just playing around, trying some different things on him, seeing what I like most. I don't like him to be straight defense, if I'm being honest with you. It is tough that he doesn't have a good block or parry mechanic in his kit. I would really like that if he did. But man, this rank 13 skill, right here at level 3, AoE damage is increased by 40%, and then when using Lives Devouring, it cannot be interrupted and gains a taunt. And then it has that 2-turn cooldown. So instead of 5, now it's a 3-turn cooldown. It's just really, really nice. Of course, you have Coco, you can mitigate that even more and do some things, but this is a ton of fun. That lifesteal is phenomenal. Really, really good stuff. I think Guzman needs to be built a little more damage, but I wanted to try him on defense and just stress test it. And he's not as effective as, say, Pamina, but he's definitely up there and doing a great thing. Can't wait to see what's best for him and keep playing different ways with him to see what works in the most optimal way for him, but he's definitely viable. Play him how you want. Team, this setup, these units, non-meta, ton of fun. Check them out. Absolutely love tower adversity. Love the amount of enemies we're fighting and facing. This is how I want to play this game. So thank you so much for the devs for putting this out there and finally giving us season 2. And let me know if this is beneficial to you at all, or if you enjoyed the video. I hope you did. And make sure you drop down the comments and let me know if you want a more detailed guide on how to clear the higher level of tower adversity. I'd be more than happy to help you. With that all said, huge shout out and thank you to my Patreon members. Deeply appreciate your support. You're the ones that allow me to work on these characters and to create this kind of content, because you allow me to get access to the resources that are kind of, gated by pay. So thank you so much for doing that. Make sure you check out down below for our Patreon link, as well as our Discord link where we talk all things sort of Convallaria. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Bye.